Good afternoon, future generations, coming at you from Bangor, Maine. I'm at the house of where my future wife was raised. And interesting, I didn't even get into it yesterday, but we had just come off actually probably one of the best hikes I've ever been on. It's called the Precipice Trail in Acadia National Park, which is right by Bar Harbor, which is where I was shooting the live video from yesterday. And today we're kind of just laying low. It's kind of nice. It's a little bit rainy. Looks like a lot of thunderstorms potentially on the way. I think it's like 80% humidity, so it's super, super hot. But today, the question is from another one of our patients, actually a postpartum mom. She asked for examples of 5 to 10 minute exercises you can incorporate into your daily routine. And why is this important? Important, I would say the main principle is repetition and consistency will trump, like the way I like to describe it is hitting singles versus going for home runs, right? I didn't even play baseball, so maybe that's a bad analogy, but if you've seen the movie Moneyball, the principle stands true. It's like daily consistency is way better than swinging for the fences on a random basis, right? And so the reason why 5 or 10 minute exercises, it's that so we actually do it, right? That's really, really important. But repetition and consistency create habits and patterns, and literally neural pathways will literally fire and build pathways for your brain for movement, for whatever type of movement. Meaning the quote that we just, I think it was yesterday's quote. It was either on Instagram, I'm not sure if it was Facebook. I really don't know where social media goes these days, but it's an Ido Portal quote. And it says, the body will become better at whatever you do or don't do. If you don't move, your body will make you better at not moving. And if you move, your body will allow for more movement. That's super, super important, because a lot of people will ask, like, why chiropractic, right? This is really important in chiropractic because the body is made to move. The spine is made to move. Some of the primary roles of the spine, I would say the number one role in all of nature. I don't know if you've ever been to the Natural History Museum in San Diego, or if you've ever been on a hike. I went on a hike in Bend, Oregon a couple years ago for a friend's wedding, who actually liked the video last time, so hopefully he tunes in. But I think he got married on a ranch, 500-acre ranch, and we were walking through like the woods, and I found several vertebrae, right? I saw a lot of elk carcasses, a lot of deer carcasses, and actually started playing with one because the atlas vertebrae and the axis vertebrae, the upper cervical vertebrae, protect the connection between the brain as it transitions into the brainstem. And the brainstem's primary role is basically all of your involuntary function in your body, right? The reason why we see so many babies in practice is because there are 85% of babies are born with an upper cervical subluxation complex that affects their ability to run their body reflexively, right? And so the primary role of the spine is, in all of nature, is to protect the spinal cord and the cranium. The only system completely surrounded by bone in all of nature is the brain and spinal cord, right? And so movement of your body, but movement, yes, it's raining. So it's totally raining on us right now. I don't know if you can hear some of the raindrops, but I guess we'll just kind of continue shooting. But the point is that mobility of your spine are actual neurostimulation to your brain. The most profound stimulus to your brain actually is movement from your spine, specifically the upper cervical spine. And so when we talk about this quote, that your body will become better at moving or not moving, that's why we create a daily habit, right? And so the lesson in all this is consistency more than anything. Like, people are always interested in, I hope I was pretty clear yesterday that moving is the primary thing, doing something is the primary thing, the second thing, doing something that you love, and the third thing is listening to your body and understanding what it actually needs, right? And so examples of 5 or 10 minute exercises that I think are super important, if you've read my blog, number one is, for me, the one that I do on a daily basis, I'd say, is one of two things. Number one is a circuit of push-ups, pull-ups. In my house, I have an actual mountain of rock climbing holds, and those are right above the door going down into my garage. And so I do a circuit of push-ups, pull-ups, and air squats. And the push-ups and the air squats, I'll do a pyramid set where I'll go 50, 40, 30, 20, 10. And then the pull-ups, I'm actually getting pretty good at them, thanks to my uncle. He literally taught me to do pull-ups before the age of 10 and told me to always have a pull-up bar. And so I've always had one. And so I do 20, 16, 12, 10, 8 pull-ups. And so basically I'll go down 5 sets, and we'll go from more to less. The other thing we'll do is something more for mobility and stretching, and so I'll start with 10 sun salutations, and there'll be different variations of it going into depending on what my body needs. Either it's going to be just straight sun salutations, or it'll be warrior one position, or it'll be just an exalted base, or it'll go into like warrior two, triangle pose, etc., etc. And but after that, immediately, I'm a BirthFit professional. We host BirthFit classes in our office. If you don't know what BirthFit is, check them out. But Jacqueline Diaz is our BirthFit regional director. Kirsten Markham is also a BirthFit professional here in San Diego. But the BirthFit functional progressions and the BirthFit squat therapy, the squat therapy is adapted from Ido Portal. But the functional progressions, if you don't know this, are what we call innate movement patterns. If you watch the video, which I'll post under this thread, if you watch the video, the functional progressions mirror the way babies learn how to ambulate, right? All the way up until their squat position. And so the point is, both of those videos I think are about 3 minutes long, and sun salutations don't take any time at all, but they're super simple to implement. And I guess that's a better question. I think what I want you to do next, potentially, is post what are your daily flow, what's your daily flow regimen? What gives you kind of that movement stimulus throughout the day? And I don't know, post a link, post what you actually have. And if you feel compelled, share this video with someone. All right, coming at you from Bangor, Maine. Just got rained on a little bit. My arm's a little bit wet here. See you tomorrow, noon, PST.